Hello everyone, this is Praveen Kondapalli. In this video, I will explain you how to solve the percentages problems in logical method. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. I will explain you how to solve the percentages problems in logical way. Now, you take the first problem. Here clearly mentioned that two numbers are 30% and 37% less than the third number. Then how much percent is the second number less than the first number? Any of the percentages problem, if you want to solve, first you read the question carefully. In that question you must and should obtain the content. Based on that, first you take the information. Here, if you don't know the information, if you don't know the base value in percentages, assume that value as 100. Why? Because percentage means per 100. Here clearly mentioned that two numbers are 30% and 37% less than the third number. But in the question there is no third number is given. That's why that is the base. If you know the third number, you can write the first and second numbers. But here we don't know the third number. That's why I am assuming third number as 100. This is logical approach, not the formula method. Right? We can apply this logical method total aptitude problems like ratios, profit and loss, percentages, areas, volumes, simple interest, compound interest, all aptitude remaining percentages, remaining arithmetic topics. You listen carefully. Here I am assuming that third number be 100. What about the first number? This is 30% less, means directly take this one as 70. Second number is 37% less. That's why take 37 less than the third number, that is 63. This is the given information. Now is asking to find second number is how much percent less than the first number. Now compare 63 with 70. If you compare 63 with 70, how much less? 7 less. On which number? 70. 63 is 7 less than 70. That's why I am taking 70 in denominator. If you want to represent this value in the form of percentage, for that multiply with 100. Here 0 get cancelled, 7 get cancelled. This gives you your answer as 10%. Okay. Now move on to second problem. You remember one thing, whenever you are solving the problems, always first you read the given problem carefully, either of the topics in arithmetic. Now second problem, it is given that 1 liter of water is added to 5 liters of alcohol water solution. Here 5 liters of alcohol and water solution is there containing 40% alcohol. In this mixture, total 5 liters of alcohol water mixture is there. In this mixture 40% alcohol is there. If 1 liter of water is added, the strength of the alcohol in the new mixture is asking to find the, whenever if you add 1 liter of water to this solution, find the strength of the alcohol. If it become very strong, then automatically we have to add the water, but we are never add the alcohol. That is the logic behind this problem. Here 5 liters, out of 5 liters, first you find the alcohol quantity. 5 into 40% means here 5 ones are 5 twos are 2 twos are 2 liters of alcohol is there. Here basic thing is that when we are adding the water, there is no change in the quantity of alcohol. That is the logic behind this. Here again we are adding 1 liter of water to this mixture. Now total becomes 6 liters. 1 plus 5, that becomes 6, but quantity of alcohol remains unchanged. That means alcohol is 2 out of 6 parts, which is how much percent, means into 100. You take always like that. Here 2 ones are 2 threes are 100 by 3 means 33 1 by 3%. Now alcohol quantity percentage becomes, strength of the alcohol becomes 33%. Previously it was 40%. We are adding the water, that's why it become dilute. Now alcohol percent become 33%. 33 1 by 3%. 333s are 99. One reminder, we are dividing with 3, that's why this become 33 1 by 3%. Now we move on to next problem. Always you follow the logics, never follow the formulae like that, right? Now move on to question number 3. A mixture of 40 liters of milk and water. Again 40 liters mixture is there. In that milk and water, in this mixture we have 10% water. 10% water is there. Total 40 liters milk and water is there, out of which in that mixture 10% water is there. How much water should be added to this mixture so that new mixture contains 20% water? Here if you added to this mixture, how much water must be added so that this 10% becomes 20%? When we are adding water, automatically we know that water quantity become increased. Here out of 40 liters 10% water is there, means zeros get cancelled, that becomes 4 liter. That means 4 liter water is there. This is water quantity is 4 liters. Remaining is milk. 40 minus 4 means that means 36 milk is there in that mixture. Here one thing is that, given that in the problem we are adding how much water to become 20%. Simple logic behind this problem is, when we are adding the quantity of water, there is no change in the quantity of milk. But in case of percentage, it varies some percentage. Here this become 20% means, but we have to add something, this 4 quantity that we have to find. If water becomes 20% means this become 80%. Why? Because always these two must be equal to 100%. That means there is no change in the milk, we know that. Given that 80% value, it is 36. We have to take like that. Why we are taking this one as 36 means there is no change in the quantity of milk. Why? Because we are adding only water. He is asking to find how much water should be added. For that we have to find the water quantity, that is 20% in the new mixture. This is 20 into 36 by 80. 21s are 24s are 4 9s are. If it is 9 liters of water is there, then that case that water quantity becomes 20% in that mixture. Already we have 4 liters are there. 9 liters of water, if it is there, then that becomes 20%. If you subtract 4 liters from total 9, that means 5 liters of water if added to that mixture, that becomes for 20%. Again I will explain you simply no need to do all these things. You listen carefully. Total how much quantity is there? 40 liters, out of which 10% water means 4 liters of water is there. This is water, this is milk. 36 milk is there. Here we are adding some water, that according to that it becomes 20% means it must be 80%. Inner meaning is that there is no change of milk, quantity of milk. That means if it is 80% means we have to find 20%. 20 means 9 liters. If it is 9 liters then it becomes 20%. Already 4 liters are there. That's why we have to add 5 liters of water. Isn't it? Is it clear? Now move on to next model. This is a logical questions. Actually no need to apply any formula in this case, right? Now move on to next model. In an examination, 65% of the total examinees passed. Here clearly mentioned that 65% of the examinees are passed. Based on that we can say that remaining 35% must and should fail in that examination. We know that. Why? Because total must be 100%. In an examination, 65% of the total examinees passed. If the number of failures is 420, now we know the percentage, but it is given in number. That means 35% it is 420. While reading the question, we have to understand which information was given in that question. Based on that, we can solve within fraction of seconds in any of the questions in aptitude. 35% value it is given as 420. Now he is asking the total number of examinees. Whenever he is asking to find the passed examinees means we have to take 65%. But here asking to find total examinees means 100% value is asking here. This is 100 into 420 by 35. 7 5s are, 7 60s are, 5 12s are. 12 into 100, 1200 examinees are written that examination. Right? Now, move on to next problem. These all problems are asked in previous examinations. Those are conducted by SSC, railways and bank exams. Right? Now next model, next problem. The ratio of the number of boys and number of girls is 3:2. Number of boys and number of girls ratio was given as 3:2. If 20% of the boys and 30% of the girls are scholarship holders, in this given ratio clearly given that ratio between boys and girls 3:2, out of which 20% of boys and 30% of girls are scholarship holders. Then the percentage of students who do not get the scholarship, we have to find the number of students who are not get the scholarship. Now ratio, when ratio was given according to our convenient, we have to assume the number of boys and number of girls. Here if you know that if you take 2 zeros, that means 300. Based on that we can find easily how many boys are get this scholarship. Similarly, how many girls are get this scholarship. Here I am assuming that number of boys be 300 and number of girls are 200. You have to assume the number of students based on the given ratio only. You can assume this number of boys and girls like 3 and 2 also, or else 30 and 20 also, or else 300 200 also. Anything you can assume based on the percentages. I am assuming why, because like 300, if you here percentage symbol is there, we can cancel directly these two. That means this percentage get cancelled. 3 into 20 60. Boys are scholarship holders, and this percentage and 2 zeros get cancelled. 60, 30 into 2, again 60 girls are percentage holders. Based on that, we can say that total 120 students are percentage holders out of 500. Remaining, if you find this one, this is total number of students and the total number of scholarship holders. Find based based on this, you have to find how many students get this scholarship. 100 ones are 105 are 5 ones are 5, 24 are 24 percentage of the students are scholarship holders out of 100%. Remaining is how much? 76 percentage of the students are not the scholarship holders. Simply again, once again listen. Based on the given ratio, I am assuming that number of boys are 300, number of girls are 200. Out of 300, 20 percentage means 60 boys are scholarship holders. Out of 200, 30 percentage are girls are scholarship holders. This means 120 students are scholarship holders out of 500. This 120 is what percentage of 500 means? This gives you 24%. 24 percentage of scholarship holders. Students are scholarship holders. If you subtract this one from 100, remaining 76 percentage of the students are not the scholarship holders. It does not take more time. If you know the logics, you can solve within 30 to 40 seconds only. Right? Now try to solve one more question. The length of the rectangle is increased by 10% and its breadth decreased by 10%. The length of the rectangle is increased by 10% and its breadth is decreased by 10%. Then the area of the new rectangle is, here this model is very important model. Definitely ask you all competitive exams like bank exams, SSC, railways, police exams. Maximum this is most important model. In total question we have 2 percentages. Those 2 percentages it may be more or else those are one is increased, one is decreased, whatever it may be. If it is increased means 100 plus, decreased means 100 minus. Based on that we have to take the ratio. Here one formula is also there, that is x plus y, x plus y plus xy by 100. This is the formula. Here somebody says that plus or minus may be, it may be. No need of this formula. Very simple logic is there. Without using this formula also we can solve this type of problems. Simply 10% increase means 110 by 100, 10% decrease means 90 by 100. If you want to represent this value in the form of percentage, for that multiply with 100. Now 100 get cancelled, 2 zeros get cancelled. This value gives you here as 99. If it is 99 is there, compare obtaining value this 99 with 100. Whenever if it is more than 100, that much is increased. If it is less than 100, that much is decreased. Here when 99 compared with 100, this is 1 less. That's why your answer must be area is decreased by 1%. This is the way. No need to use any formula to solve this type of questions. Right? Now move on to another question. One more question is there, that is here you see here, when a number first is increased by 10% and the reduced by 10%, after that it is reduced by 10%. The number is, when a number first increased by 10% and the reduced by 10%, then the number is. Here, if you observe here, similar problem when compared to previous one. In that one, he is given that length of the rectangle increased by 10%, breadth is decreased by 10%. Question whatever it may be, if whenever two percentages are given, you solve simply. 10% increase means 110 by 100, 10% decrease by 90 by 100. If you want to represent this value with in the form of percentage, for that multiply with 100, here 100 get cancelled, 2 zeros get cancelled, this is 99. When compared with 100, this is 1 less. That's why you can say that number is decreased by 1%. This is the way always. Simply, here one more logic is there. When these two percentages are same, and remember one thing, one is increased, one is decreased was given, directly you can say that directly loss. How much percent loss means 10 into 10 by 100, nothing but 1% decreased. Loss is nothing but decrement. This is applicable means when it is applicable means if these two are same percentages are given. Suppose 20% increased, a number first increased by 20%, then reduced by 20% means what is your answer? Yes, 20 into 20 by 100. Nothing but directly 4% decreased. 30 was given, 30 into 30 by 100, 9% decreased. 40% was given, 40 into 40 by 100, 16% decreased. This logic is applicable if both are same percentages. Then only we can say that directly loss or decreased. This one in profit and loss, he may ask like this. First value of an article first increased by 10%, later on it is decreased by 10%. What is the effect? He may ask like that. In that case, directly we can say that 1% loss. Okay, now move on to next problem. When two percentages are given, let's solve like this. Next problem is given here. If the side of the square is increased by 25%, then find the area is increased by how much percent? Is nothing but area is increased by. Here side of the square is increased by 25% means what is your fraction? Increased means 100 plus. What is the formula to find the area of the square? Side into side. That's why you directly take 125 by 100 into 125 by 100. If you want to represent this value in the form of percentage, for that multiply with 100. Here 100 get cancelled. 125 into 125, 15625 by 100 is there. Directly by removing these two zeros in denominator, you can take two decimals in numerator. That gives you 156.25. When compared with 100, this is 56.25 more. That's why your answer is area is increased by 56.25%. Is it okay? Simply side is increased by 25% means 125 by 100. Side into side gives you area. That's why I have taken this value 2 times. If you want to represent this one in the form of percent, that's why I multiplied with 100. Here 100 get cancelled. 125 into 125 shortcut is there. If you don't know this shortcut, please go through my video, that is squares shortcut is there. Once you see that video, 5 5s are 25, 12 into 13 156, 25 by 100 is there. By removing these two zeros, you can put two decimals in numerator. This gives you, when compared with 100, this is 56.25 more. That's why you can say that area is increased by 56.25%. Now next question. In measuring the sides of a rectangle, errors of 5% and 3% in excess are made. The error percentage in the calculated area is, in measuring the sides of a rectangle, errors of 5% and 3% in excess are made. The error percent in calculated area is, once again, here see the problem. In measuring the sides of a rectangle, errors of 5% and 3% is excess are made. The error percent in calculated area is, here while calculating the area, one is 5%, one is another 3% excess is made. Excess means he is taken more than original. 5% excess means 105 by 100, 3% excess means 103 by 100. If it is excess means add that value to 100, if it is less means subtract from 100. You know that when two percentages are given, multiply directly like this. Here you know the shortcut for this, 5 3s are 15, 105 plus 3 108 by 100. By removing these two, you can take two decimals in numerator. When compared with 100, this is 8.15 more. That's why you can say that calculated area is 8.1%, 15% excess is made. Original area kante, when compared with original area, this is 8.15% excess. Okay, now move on to next problem. Simply when two percentages are given, directly multiply those two percentages. If it is increase means 100 plus, decrease means 100 minus. Now move on to next problem. If the numerator of a fraction is increased by 140% and the denominator of the fraction also increased by 150%, then the resultant fraction is 4 by 15. Resultant fraction is 4 by 15. Then what is the original fraction? Is asking to find the original fraction. Numerator of a fraction is increased by 140%, denominator is increased by 150%, then the resultant fraction is 4 by 15. Then he is asking to find the what is original fraction. Here we don't know the original fraction, that's why you can assume that as x by y. Original fraction is x by y. In this x by y, x is called numerator, y is called denominator. Here numerator is increased by 140% means, whenever increased means you know that 100 plus, that's why add 140 to 100, that gives you 240 by 100. Similarly, denominator is also increased by 150%, add it to 100, that gives you 250 by 100. Overall you can take like this. This result is gives you 4 by 15. Now cancel this one, you get the answer. Here 100 get cancel, 0 0 get cancel. You know that when equal to is there, we can cancel the numerator terms, we can also cancel the denominator terms, but don't cancel the crosset terms. Those must be multiplied each other. According to that rule, 4 1s are 4 6 are get cancel. Now 5 3s are 5 5s are get cancel. I am cancelling with 5 here, 5 3s are 5 5s are. Now take cross multiplication. 5 into 1 5, 3 into 6 18. X by y is equal 5 by 18. This is the original fraction. Yes, simply whenever it is increased means 100 plus, whenever it is decreased means 100 minus. You have to take like that. Whenever we are moving forward means you take this fraction as it is. When we come back means you have to take reciprocal of that fraction. That I will tell you in profit and loss. Okay, I think this video is useful for you. If you are liking my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Yours Praveen Kondapalli.